All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up. These guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Brooklyn Barons. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Take it.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And a nice little start as he's able to get this up to the 28. Add this gain to the last one, and they move the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. Keep on the ground with Jones. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now Jones. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'd be interesting to see.
And it's caught. Touchdown. O.J. Howard. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
A first down run, not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Prescott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by M.J. Stewart. Thomas the intended target. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe it.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. This is Jones. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else. It's got to the point when we see guys like that make that type of a catch, not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. I think it's intercepted.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott now. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And down inside the 15 he goes. He'll get 15 and the Saints first down. He was solid last week, 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it 2nd down and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. Oh, Prescott stripped. And this is picked up by the defense. The big fella. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. 10. So the turnover forced and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag. but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal. They'll run here with Barber. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Peyton Barber. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script play.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 45. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well, swarming to the ball in the first half.
Throw the ball.
Thrown to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
I just had to switch them up a little bit. I got a couple of different players.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down. To throw is Brissett. And it's caught. Touchdown. Demarcus Robinson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys are going to add on to their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd and 10, Prescott, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Brissett now. He completes it to Evans. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Breshad Perriman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, special.
No, don't you call pass interference after I picked the ball.
Picked up by M.J. Stewart. And his guys will set up
After
shop
I picked the
at
ball?
midfield at the 50-yard line.
That's crazy.
It's going to be a long day. That's going to be...
Toss play, Kamara.
Damn, I ran into... Look at this nigga. This nigga ran into the whole team.
20. And all the way inside
This nigga knocked the whole team down.
They drop him. 36 yards on the play.
A gain of 36 yards.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Here's Prescott. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 47. 26.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Noah Fant with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
I got a notification. He got over the season
to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time.
Oh, what a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. Lutz good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. A first down throw for Brissett. Airing this one out for Evans. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Here's Brissett. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, my God.
The secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Oh, my God.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll throw now on the final play. And it's caught. Touchdown. Demarcus Robinson. As time expires in the first half. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman.
Just got in the house back a long ass night. I literally just got in the house. You said 12.
Teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Man, I was out partying.
This will be taken in the back of the end zone.
Oh, shit.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But
damn, Mike Evans.
Doing it, though. This is a really important drive.
One of my other seasons, I just lost OBJ for the playoffs at week 16.
A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So erase the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy.
And those last for
a long time.
No doubt.
And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
I got the Saints in another league.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
27.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Noah Fant with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. Lutz with the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, I was playing this one last year, so it transfer over.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
He didn't start now, but I got
amazing because that drive went,
I've been running like shit, so
no adjustments and no big plays by the defense. Is not
They'll run it with Jones. And he's got some space here. Down inside of New Orleans 10. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big close.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Breshad Perriman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago.
Come on!
Right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
At their own 18-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing.
Shit.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Brissett sets to throw it. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Breshad Perriman, and that'll make it 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend the lead out to 24. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And all the way in for the touchdown. That'll go down as an 84-yard punt return as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Looking long for Thomas. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will get them one closer. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. From the 27, Brissett. Robinson's got it. The 30, the 20, 10. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, 73 yards. As his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right
Look
now.
like you blitzed everybody.
Think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know that plenty of people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Prescott.
Really?
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now here's a deep shot that's complete. Give them 32 on the play. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime,
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. And the pressure gets to him again. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. He'll air it out deep for and that's caught inside the 30. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in football.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. picked off by Justin Evans. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On second down and 4, Brissett is going to float this over the middle deep, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. To throw, Brissett.
Oh, man, I haven't been in training.
And Robinson with a big catch.
Oh, damn, you let me catch
He
that?
gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time.
Skip, come on,
fucking
fucking 87 block.
towards a big, big number. The 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Brissett. He wants it all for the end zone.
Ooh,
he dropped it.
You lucky that last one
hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will get the football at their 20. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a one-sided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
to be honest, that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick.
Shit!
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. They'll go again to Jones. He will push his way down to about the 14. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5-10. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.